Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. We are continuing campaign turn 13 and we have a treasure site to explore. Dun, dun, dun. Now this dungeon was created using Wallet Dungeons by Awkward Turtle, a free download where you roll dice to, come on, focus, to create your random dungeon, and that's what we did here. I did a video on this. You can find the link up here to the Wallet Dungeon video. Now, in that video, when we were creating this dungeon, we came up with a bunch of information and a bunch of details, but I'm not going to be using all of it in this game because 5 Leagues has their own rules for certain things. But I will be using the doors in terms of how each area is connected, and I will also be doing in terms of what the areas are. We have, what do we have here? Quarters, a courtyard, another quarters, armory, forge, courtyard, sepulchre, and then we have here a gallery, and at the back we have our library. Now, in the gallery, it was supposed to be damp, not flooded, but damp. So I've just put a little bit of water down there just to indicate the dampness. What else? Over here, we have our deployment for our crew, for our warband. In terms of the enemies, we have a total of 10 skeleton defenders, one of which is a leader. So we have 9 basic skeletons and 1 leader skeleton. I think this is a lieutenant. So what I'll be doing is I'll be rolling to see which objectives these guys are starting at and moving from. As you may be able to see, I'll put some photos up so you can actually see. But I have actually put down the location of the objectives. So we have objective number 1 here, objective 2. Where's 3? 3 is here in the library, objective 4, objective 5, and objective 6. Again, you may not be able to see them on the camera, but I'll put some pictures up so you can actually view them. Right now, before we continue, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Would really appreciate that. Got my dice ready. I've got different doorways ready in case I need to replace them. Got potential traps here because in site battles or treasure sites, there is the possibility of these locations being trapped. There is also the possibility of more troops coming in. So I do have some extra figures here. So rolling a d6. The first group of skeletons is going to be at location 5. And these are really old figures. These are like mid-1980s skeletons, the Skeleton Horde. I did actually feature these figures in a hobby table episode. Again, I will put the link up here. Right, so that's the first group, 3 skeletons over there. We have a 1, oh no, I don't want a 1. A 1 is the one that's closest to me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we've got 3 skeletons, actually. Because the thing is, we've got 2 quarter areas. We've got the quarters here and we've got quarters here. Now, I was thinking that this would be the troops and this would be the captains. So what I think I'll do is I'll actually put the leader in that room because I'm envisioning this as being the leader's quarters, the lieutenant's quarters. That's how I thought about it when I was designing the dungeon, when I was doing the wallet dungeon and everything. There was also supposed to be a secret path between these 2 rooms, but I'm not going to bother with that because they're skeletons. They probably don't understand. Also, I'm going to do it so that the skeletons would not go through closed doors because, again, they're skeletons. They probably, I don't know whether they'd understand how to unlock them or to open the doors. So when the door is closed, the skeletons cannot move through. Now, previously, with things like the spiders and the rats, I was basically saying that they could crawl under or through gaps or through holes and things like that. But for skeletons, I'm basically doing it so if a door is closed, they're not going to move through. If, for example, they hear noise and stuff of battle, then they will wait at the door. As soon as the door is open, then they will charge through. But in the meantime, no. Right, so I'm putting the leader there because, again, I'm envisioning this as his quarters. Next group is going to be at 4, which is the forge. Again, near the token here. And the final group, now they've got to be about 4 inches away. So what I'll do is I'll put the leader as far back as I can, and then these guys I'll put near the doorway. Okay, so I've got a little bit of trouble right to begin with. That's not good at all. Okay. That's really not good at all. Okay. We are ready to begin now. With the sight battle, you have to make a move with one of your guys who's basically going to be like a scout. Because it's a sight battle, movement is heavily restricted. In a sight battle, basically you cannot dash. Certain creatures and enemies can if they have, I think it's crawling, the skill crawling. So essentially me and the skeletons cannot dash. The skeletons are undead, they can't dash. Which is going to make this, again, if you've watched any of my other sight battles or treasure sight videos, you'll notice that it's a very slow game in terms of movement. So I'll probably be doing some editing here when there's nothing happening. You don't want to see me move a little bit at a time every time. So in terms of movement, we also have a -1 to our basic move. So I'm going to be moving, as usual, I'm going to be moving Holland. Holland's basic move is... basic move is 4, so she'll be moving at 3 because of that -1. So she will move up to the corner of the box there. So that's the scout's first move. Now we have to roll percentage and see what the reaction is of the sight. So we're rolling percentage. I didn't get any percentage dice. Hang on 1 second. Right, we're going to do red first. We get 88. 88. The foe lurks. You can feel their presence in the gloom. Place an additional unknown enemy marker at the center of the table during step 4. Step 4 is where we deploy the enemy. Okay, well, I did that before. Never mind. Right, so we need to put an unknown enemy marker. Right, so this unknown enemy marker has to be put near the center of the table when I deploy the enemy. I already deployed the enemy, not a big problem. But this is roughly the center of the table. So I'm just using this, sort of generic marker from one-page rules. Just going to use that. So that's going to be them. Right, now, I'm going to treat them as per a usual group of enemies in terms of moving towards a random objective every turn. Because it says for the general rules for unknown enemy markers, is basically they move at random. But in this game, everything else is kind of moving in patrols, so I'm going to do that for them as well. However, here's the thing. That could represent 1 to 6 enemy models. Oh, sorry, 1 to 5. 1 to 5 enemy models, which is a little bit scary. I mean, the benefit I have at the moment is that this door is blocking off these guys from me at the moment. But I have these to worry about. But like I say, the thing is I've got to do at least 3 markers before I can leave and be considered as achieving the objective. If I kill all the skeletons, I then get the bonus 3 loot points because it's the treasure site. Oh God, this is... Okay, never mind. Right, so we have done the site reaction roll, we have placed all the enemies, we've done the objectives, we are now ready to fight the battle. So give me 1 second and we will begin. Okay, so little house rules for this game. Skeletons cannot open doors. If they are alerted to a presence beyond a door, they will sort of congregate at the other end. Once the door is open, then they will charge through. If they have instructions to move to or to patrol to a location which is outside of a door, what they will do is they will go to the door and then I'll have to re-roll for another objective for them to patrol to. So for example, if these guys rolled a 1 for where they're patrolling to, they would move to the door, stop, and then at the beginning of the next turn we'd re-roll to find another location. So they're always moving towards the location that's rolled, but if they can't get to it, like for example with the door, we re-roll once they get there. Okay, so I think we are ready. Now I only have one guy with an agility of not 1. So Ken has an agility of 2. Everyone else has an agility of 1, which is not good. So we're rolling for activation, the first activations, and we get, not too bad, we get a couple of 1s. Oops. No 2s, so I can activate 2 in the fast phase. I think what I'm going to do, I'll give Holand slow, so that way she can react in the slow phase. Okay, so fast actions I'm going to give to Kend, so he can get out of the way. And I think Odo to get him out of the way. Everyone else is going to be slow. So Abel is slow and Coldsvein is slow. Alright, so fast movements. Again, they can only move 3 inches, which is going to, like I say, I'm probably going to have to edit and everything, the video, because of this. So he can move 3 inches, so I'll put him there. So he's gone. Kend, okay, Kend is actually fast, he's got a speed of 6, so he can actually move at 5. So we'll put him over there. By the bed, that's him done. Right, so everybody else is slow, which means we have to do the enemy turn. Now for the enemies, I need to determine where they're going to be going. Let's start with the group that's currently at location 5. They are going to patrol towards 3, which is up here. So again, there's a door in the way. So again, I'm just going to assume that skeletons, they're mindless. They're not going to open doors. So these guys are going to come this way, get to the door, and then we're going to have to roll again because they can't go through the door. I'm going to use some other dice to indicate where they're going. So these guys, I'm going to be moving towards 3. This group here, the group in the forge, they're going to move towards 2. That's going to be a quick one. The guys at the front first, so this group here, they are going to go for number 2 as well. So again, these guys are going to go that way. And the leader is going to go to 5. Right, so now we know where they're going. We're going to activate them now. These guys, will they notice? Because they're going to turn that way. I'm thinking she's in cover, so I don't think she's going to be spotted within 8 inches of line of sight. So the thing is that they're going to be going that way, so I'm going to think I'll do a 50-50 roll just to see whether they recognise them or not. But we're going to activate the other groups first. So they've got a move of 3 inches, normally 4, but because of the sight battle, it's reduced to 3. So these guys are moving towards over here. So these guys are going to move 3 inches here. These guys are moving towards number 2, it's an open doorway. So this one's the closest, so he will get the other side. He will get just in front. He will get to there. Okay. Let me just double check something, because in the previous games I've done it so that when groups are closer together, they join. But let me just check, because reading it again, it may not be the case. It may be that they stay as separate groups until they become aware. Let me just double check. Yeah, you know what? Reading the rules again, I'm not too sure whether I've been doing this properly. I mean, nobody's actually put in the comments, I don't think, I've been doing it wrong. So the way that I've been doing it is that if groups of patrols come within 1 inch of another group, they basically join together and become a big group, which kind of, I don't know, it kind of ruined the spider battle, because I really didn't want to go up against that huge group of spiders. So it kind of determined what I was going to do rather than fight. I was just going to collect and run. But reading the rules again, it says here, unaware figures within 1 inch of each other are one group, which will move together while they are unaware. If groups end up in the same location, unaware figures within 1 inch of each other are one group. See, I can also read this, because this is deployment. It's not actually activation. During activation, it doesn't actually say. It says when they become aware, but it doesn't say anything about groups joining each other. Again, maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I saw it somewhere before. But I don't know. I'm kind of getting the feeling that they should stay in their separate groups until they become aware. That's. I don't know. Was I doing it wrong before? It kind of makes sense, because if they get close to each other and become one group, then obviously over time they'll become one group anyway. You know, if you think how long these skeletons have been down here. So I think I'm going to keep them as separate groups. Even if they pass another group, they're going to stay in their own separate groups until they become aware. When they become aware, then yes, they will group together and charge towards me. But I think until then, they're going to stay in their separate groups, moving towards their separate objective targets. I think. Again, I might be doing it wrong, or I may have been doing it wrong for the previous games, but I don't think anybody commented. So I think for this game, I'm going to do it differently, keeping them separate until they become aware. I think. Right, let's get back to the action. So this group and this group have moved. We haven't moved these guys. Now, the question now is, will these guys notice my warband? Because they're going towards objective 2, which is here. So they're going to be moving in this direction. Would they look this way? So see, the thing is, Holan is behind cover, Kend is not, but by the time they get to a position to see Ken, they're probably going to be facing in that direction anyway. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the dice decide. As they come out here, I'm going to roll on a 1, 2, 3. They spot Holan and or Ken. Yeah. So I think that's the fairest way to do it. So we're going to roll on a 1, 2, 3. They spot me. I rolled a 6, so they don't spot me. I think that's the fairest way of doing it. So this unit of skeletons are going to move in this direction towards objective 2. Again, they can only move 3 inches, and it is an open doorway here, so 3 inches will bring this guy over to about, oh, get off, about there. Yep, and then that guy will get to about there. Measure. Yep, and then the middle guy, I'll put him. Okay. Now again, this door's locked, so when they get to that door, I have to roll another location. I think if it's another location, the other side of the door, so if they get a 2 again, or a 4 or a 5, I think they'll just spend a turn bumping against the door kind of thing. All right, and last we have the leader of the skeletons. He's going towards 5, so he's just moving 3 inches. That way, okay. I think that's the fairest way of doing it. Of course, now I'm going to be mullering the little sods. So let's have a look. Slow. Okay, so Holan has a shot. Berto also has a. Okay, but you can only move up to half and shoot, can't you? So he has a move of 4, so -1 is 3. So he can move 1. I'll round up to 2 inches. Does he get a shot? Possibly, but Holan's in the way. So what I could do is move Holan and shoot, because she doesn't have a combat bonus anyway, but Bertio does. So I'm going to move. Again, you can't shoot and then move, can you? You have to move and then shoot, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Holan over here. I mean, technically she's going to be blocking. She's going to be blocking Ken, but this will still give her a shot on that guy there. But she's moved 1.5 inches, which is half her move, or about that. And she's going to take a shot at this skeleton here. So she has no modifiers. Range is, Oh yeah, because you've got a maximum range of 8 inches, so Berto may not be able to fire anyway. So range is 6 inches. So she needs a 3+ to hit. Gets a 3, so she hits the skeleton. I don't think the self-bow gives her any bonuses for armor or toughness. Nope, it's +0/+0. The skeletons do have an armor of 1, so I need to roll a 2+ to get over the armor. I do, and now I have to try and get over the toughness. So the skeletons have a toughness of 4. Bloody hell. And cannot be stunned either. Okay, so we need to roll a, well, we need a 5 or 6. What do we get? We get a 5, which is over his toughness. So he goes down. First blood goes to Holland. So the skeleton goes down. Very, very nice. So Holland shoots and takes out 1 skeleton there. Okay. Bertio is then going to move. Again, I've got a feeling that he's not going to be in range. So he's going to shoot. No, he's out of range. Nuts. So I'm just moving full 3 inches. Colesvein basically gets down near the bottom of the stairs. Okay. So that is turn 1. Now this group becomes aware, so they're no longer going towards a location. They are now going to come and attack me. This guy, if within 8 inches of line of sight, no. If within 2 inches of aware, not yet. If within 6 inches of a melee, not yet. Okay, so he's not aware yet. So next turn he may just continue moving, which is a good thing, as long as I can take these guys out first. Right, so that is the end of the first turn. We've taken down 1 skeleton, which is okay. 2, 4, 6. Next turn. Oh, I didn't do the exploration mark, the unknown enemy marker. Okay, so this thing, again, we have to roll for where is he going. So that thing's going to be going towards number 1, which is down there. Oh, that's not good. So he would have moved. Okay, so it says these markers have a move of 5, so movement of 4 with the minus thingy bobby. So he basically gets to the door. So during the next enemy phase, we'd have to re-roll that. If he rolls a 1 again, the other side of the door, then basically he's just going to bump up against the door again. Otherwise, he'll just move in another direction. Okay, sounds fair. And I still don't know what that is. Right, let's go. 1. The rest are slow. So I've got 1 fast, the rest are slow. See, Kend, again, you can't dash, so Kend could get through there. He could move here to the side of the door. But again, I've got to worry about him being surrounded and stuff. So I think I'm going to activate Holland fast. At least you can get 1 shot off. Bertio's going to be slow. Colesvein's going to be slow. Abel will be slow. And everyone else is slow. Okay. So Holland is going to move up to the door. Yeah, there. So she's not going to block Bertio's shot. She's going to shoot at, well, this is going to be an easier shot, shooting around the corner. So she's going to shoot that guy 6 inches. So she needs a 3+ to hit. Like before, 3+ to hit. She hits, armor of 1, just, and then a toughness of 4. So a 1. Natural 1 is stunned. They are skeletons, they are undead. They do not get stunned, so nothing happens. Wonderful. So that's her turn. Now it is the enemy phase. We'll do these guys first. They're going to go, they're now aware. So move this guy out of the way now. So they're going to move 3 inches in this direction. Okay. This guy will move to there. Now, aware, if within 2 inches of aware, it's in sight. not quite. Almost, but not quite. So he's not going to join the fight just yet. Right, now we have to roll for the other guys. This unknown marker is moving towards 1 again, so they keep bumping up against the door, trying to get to there. They don't go anywhere else. These guys are moving towards 2, so they will continue moving towards 2. And then these guys are still moving towards 3. Okay, done. So that's the enemy phase. Now for the slow phase. Right, Bertio has a shot within 6 inches, so he needs a 3+. He has a +2 combat because he doesn't move. So he hits. Armor, no problem. Toughness, equal. This skeleton takes a wound. Okay, that's Bertio, done. Odo. Does Odo have a combat modifier? He's got a +1. Now, at the moment, he would be rolling a 5+, 4+, because he's not 6 inches. He is 7 and a bit. So at the moment, if he doesn't move, he gets a combat of +1, so he'd be rolling a 5+, makes it a 4+ to hit. If I move him forward a little bit, so that he's within 6 inches, he'd be rolling a 3+, which is better. But then he's kind of blocking other people's move. So, okay, let's have a look. 6 inches means he basically has to be there. So he doesn't have to move full. So, okay, so he's got a 6-inch shot on that guy, so he needs a 3+. He did move, so he doesn't get his combat bonus. So he needs a 3+ to hit. Hits, armor. Okay, oh, I wanted that for the toughness. Toughness, no. So, that skeleton also takes a wound. Bonk. Now who we got left? Colsvein has a missile weapon. And these two are purely melee. So what I'm going to do... should I move Colsvein and then block? Or do I want Kend to... See, Kend has a move of 5. If he could get into contact, but then they would get a +1 from support, but he would not. So, okay, so Abel can move up to the box. It's a 1-inch climb, so 3 inches can actually get Abel up to there. He doesn't have a missile weapon. He does have spells though. Could he use a spell? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a spell. My very first use of a spell in 5 leagues, because I don't know, there's been a lot of times where it's just not worth using the spells, and my spells are probably not the best. But I do have this one called Shadows. You can do it on 1 ally. Target may immediately move to any location within 4 inches of their current position. Now, I'm thinking that I will cast on Colsvein. That way I can put him here. He can then take a shot, and then Kent can rush in, and he will get the support as well. It must be visible. Ah, yes, that could be a problem. So I'm going to put Colsvein within 4 inches. Oh no, he's not visible, is he? Important word, that. Must be visible. So maybe instead of doing that, I will... He doesn't have a... Oh, he does have a combat. Okay, so instead of moving him there, I'll just move Colsvein to here. And because he didn't use his move action, he'll be able to use his combat bonus when he does his shooting. So we'll do that. We'll use that spell. Instead of moving him here like I planned, because it's not visible, I'll move him down to here within 4 inches. Yeah, easy. So, oops, we'll move Colsvein to there. He's blocking, isn't he? I'll move him. Okay, so there should be space there. All right, so Colsvein gets moved down to there. Technically, he didn't move. He was used with a spell with somebody else. So he's going to take a shot, and he'll be able to get his combat bonus because technically he hasn't moved. So we're going to shoot at, I think this guy is the easiest shot, within 6 inches, so 3+. Combat of +1 makes it a 2+ to hit. So we shoot. Oops, I'll re-roll that, sorry. Even though it was a 6, I'm going to re-roll it. You bitch. Here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. Miss. So that was absolute pointless. Okay, so next, what do we want to do? These things are going to charge in next turn, aren't they? And they're going to hit. Okay, I'm just going to move Kend. I don't really want Ken to get into combat this turn because he's got no support. So I'll move Ken up to the doorway here so that if they attack, at least he or Holland will get support. Okay, done. Okay, turn was his turn 3. Let's go. Oh, hello. Really, okay, so I've got 4 1s, a 2, and 2 4s. That's really good. So I could have Kend and 4 others activate in the fast phase. That's really good. Slow, probably the guys at the back. Yeah, so these will be slow, I think, because everyone's blocking them. So Kend has an agility of 2, so I can give him that. Holland. Then we got Colesvein. 1, 2, 4. Why am I rolling so many dice? Oh, I'll take one of them away because I think one of them was the dice that was holding up Colesvein on the stairs. Oops. Never mind, I'll take away one of the fast ones. Okay, so fast phase, I've got 4 guys activating. Excellent. Now I'm thinking that Holland will move and shoot, I think. But she'll move into a position where she can provide support. So Holland is going to move. Oops. She hasn't got a combat bonus, so it doesn't matter. She's going to move around there. So she's going to move to there. So she's not blocking anybody. She's going to take a shot at that guy, the furthest guy away. So she needs a 3+ to hit. Hits. Armor. Yes. Toughness. Oh, Holland's having a whale of a time. Right, so that guy goes down. Holland's on fire. Right. That's that job taken care of. Right, who's next? Now, Kend is kind of blocking the way. Now, is that guy within 2 inches of combat? He will be, I think, if I rush Kend in. But I've got nobody else. So, Kend is going to charge in. There. Skeleton will turn to face. Now, the skeleton is wounded. Yeah. So Kend is attacking. He's got support. Skeleton has nothing. So Kend has a combat of +1. He can also re-roll his first dice in the first exchange, and he's getting a +1. So +1 +2 +2 versus 0. So first exchange. Red will be the enemy. So first exchange. We get 6 versus 1, so we win. Armor check. Now, what's he armed with? What's he armed with? He has a warhammer, and the warhammer gives +1 against armor. So is that automatic? Because they've got an armor of 1, and this gives a +1 versus armor. So I think it's automatic. We then have to roll against toughness. They've got a toughness of 4. Bonk. We get a 3, which is less. Takes a wound, stunned. He's already taken a wound, so he goes down. He's become aware, because again, the guy's within sight anyway. Kend has become in line of sight, so this guy's going to become aware. Alright, so that's Kend done. What about the other guys? And Abel. Yeah, so Colesvein will move. He's going to block the door, isn't he? Now, so it's as far as he can get. Can he see the guy? He can, but he'll be in cover. So I think he can see, but only partially. So within range, concealed, so it's a 6+. I think that's fair enough. It's not an easy shot. So I'll give him a 6+, even though he's within 6 inches. No other modifiers. He did move. So on a 6 he hits, he misses. Okay. So that's Colt's Vein. Now Abel. Now again, Abel could do that spell, couldn't he? So I'm going to move Abel to the door. He's going to try that spell again to get who? Bertio to here, within 4 inches, yeah? Within 4 inches of him or 4 inches of the guy? So 4 inches, yeah, might still be able to get a shot. So he'll try doing his spell again. So the spell is a 6+. He has +1 casting, so it is a 5+. He does it, so it's successful. Consumes another strand. Okay. And Bertio is moved to there. That's as far as he can get. Keep moving the scenery. Bertio is going to take a shot. The guy's in the open, 6 inches, so he needs a 3+. He has +2 combat because technically he hasn't moved yet. So he needs a, yeah, well, that. So he hits. Armor. I think the lieutenant, does the lieutenant get a bonus to armor? No, but he has a bonus to toughness. That's not good at all. Okay, so still only armor 1. Okay, so you get through the armor. Now for the toughness. Now this guy has a toughness of 5. Nope. Okay, so it's below toughness, so he is wounded and stunned, but being undead, he is not stunned, just wounded. What are we doing now? We have got Odo left. Odo's the only one left. So Odo can't do anything, so he's just going to move up behind. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, that was wrong. Sorry, that was wrong. Ignore that. Bertio's moving in slow phase, so that wouldn't actually have happened. Sorry, my mistake. Alright, so now it's the enemy phase. Now this guy's become aware, because A, the melee, and 2, he can see these, he can see them now. So he is going to move towards them. I don't think he can reach them. Oh, actually he might be able to reach them, hang on. Yes, he can reach Kend. Okay, so let's move these just to the side. He can actually get into contact with Kend. Oh, small bases. Didn't realise the skeletons were on 20 mil bases. Okay, so he's actually going to get into contact with Kend. Now let's do this first and then we'll do the other movements. Right. Let's have a think. Within 6 inches of a melee, not 2 inches. 6 inches of a melee. Now, that one would also become aware. Okay. So that's also going to become aware. So that's going to be banging on the door, ready to come in as soon as we open the door. Oh dear. All right. Within 2 inches of aware. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So we are fighting the leader versus Kend. And I've just moved the pillar out of the way just to make it easier to take pictures. Right, we have combat between the leader and Kend. Now the leader, the lieutenant, does have +1 combat skill and parry, but he's the attacker for this turn. So we've got a combat of +1, no support. Kend has a combat of +1 with support, so he gets a +2. So it's +1, +2. Right, first exchange. Kend is the defender. So we roll 3 against 1, so 5 against 2. So we win the exchange. So we now become the attacker. Second exchange. We get a 2, they get a 1, so it is a draw. Right, so with a draw, the defender retreats 1 inch. Finish. Okay. Alright, so that's the combat done. These guys are aware, these guys are not aware yet. They are moving to the objective. Now they've got to be within 2 inches, I think 2 inches of an aware guy. Yep. So these guys are now aware. I think this guy will come around and he'll become aware. These guys will not. So these guys will reach. And this guy will come. And as soon as he's within 2 inches, he will become aware. And he will start enjoying that group. That's not good. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. Right, now these boards are going towards part 3, so they're going to be going to here. These guys I have to re-roll next turn, and these guys are bumping against the door wanting in. Okay. Slow phase. I've still got two guys I can use, but... Sorry. But there should be there. He was moved there, wasn't he, last time? So he can now shoot. Clear shot within 6 inches, so he needs a 3+. He has a +2 combat because he's not moving. Alright, so he shoots. The leader hits. This guy still has armor. Okay. But he has a toughness of 5 now. That's going to be a problem. Oof. Yeah. Okay, so hit Bert, there was gone. Odo, what can you do, Odo? Oh, I think I moved this guy down, didn't I? Move that guy down there. Okay. Sorry, I had to move some of the figures to take some photos that I forgot. Odo can't do nothing. So Odo's just gonna move there. Okay, meh. Alright, next turn. Activations, I want to go first. We got a 1, a couple of 2s, and slows. Now, I can give Kend the 2. I could give, but that's it, nobody else has got. So now I've got a choice, Bertio or Holland. I think I'm going to give to Bertio. Holland will still be within support range, I think. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do that and that. Alright, so fast. Bertio's going to go first. He's going to shoot. 3+ becomes a 1+. Kend charges in. Right, so Kend does have support. So Kend gets a +2, the leader gets a +1. Okay, so we win. We win. So armor, we get a +1 anyway because we're using a warhammer. Oh, I wanted that for the bloody toughness. Right, toughness. Oh, so close. Right, so he's wounded. I think he has to move. Does he have to move 1 inch backwards? Right, so defender has to move 1 inch backwards. If I follow up, I'm losing the +1. That could be a problem. Oh, what the hell? Let's role play. It's Kend. He will follow up. So second exchange is now just +1/+1. Oh yes, great. Okay, so catching on everything. So we win 6-4. Armor check. No! Oh my god. Okay, so it doesn't say natural 1 on the armor check. It just says toughness. So I'm using a warhammer, which gives me a +1. So I actually did it. I think it's automatic. Okay, so toughness check. No, but it's not a 1, so therefore we cause another wound, and he goes down. You hear, mate? So the leader goes down. So I'm just going to make a quick note because I think you get XP bonus when you kill a leader. All right. So that took that guy down. Excellent. And the rest are on slow. Right, enemy phase. Right, all of these are now aware. So he's going to move up to there. These guys, they've reached their targets, and now where do they go? They go to 5, which is all the way over there. Okay. These guys are moving towards 3. So I've still got a lot of movement here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate that. You've got to be within 3 inches, I think. Let me just double check. Within 3 inches in line of sight, you can roll to see what it is. So I don't know whether I can get 3 inches though, because again, movement in these sight battles is really slow. Am I within 3 inches? Close. Yes, I am. Okay. So we've moved Holland to there, and she has revealed what that is going to be. So it is a sight find. So we're now rolling on this table here to find out what it is. So we're rolling percentage. What is objective number 1? What can be found there? It is 71. Because I said red first, yeah? 71. Trap. It's a trap. Had to be, didn't it? Alright, it's a trap. The character springing the trap must succeed on a 10+ expertise test or be struck, in which case roll D100 and consult the table below. Once sprung, it has no further effect. Okay, so a 10+. I don't think any of my guys have expertise. I'm pretty sure that Holland doesn't know. So, 10+. Oh god. 10+, we get a 7, so no. She gets hit by the trap. The trap is 13. A lethal trap. The character is struck by a dart, falls in a pit, or is struck by a blade swinging from the ceiling. Inflicts a +1/+0 hit. That's not good. That's not good. Right, Holland, how much armor do you have? She has light armor. So no armor check. Toughness is 0, so her toughness is... I think it's a 3. Toughness of 3, no modifier, okay. So, the toughness of 3, equal. I think that's a wound, isn't it? Toughness, equal. Wounded and stunned. Oh no. So Holland, I'll put it on the character sheet. Holland is wounded. Oh, that's not good at all. But we have cleared 1. We have cleared 1 marker. Got 2 more to do. The trouble is, between me and the other markers, there's just going to be this mob of skeletons here.